Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Whittles Pod. Today we have Santushti with us, founder of Pakhi. I before the call I was appreciating her what she was doing with Pakhi, and let us hear her story of Pakhi and why she has started it. Hello Santushti, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. I am really glad I could have this opportunity to talk to you. And
My pleasure as well.
yes, so I will tell you briefly about what Pakhi is.
Yes.
So, we're building Pakhi as a feminine hygiene and wellness brand.
Mm-hmm.
And since you asked a little about my journey, so the idea
Yeah.
behind Pakhi started from way back when I was training as an athlete and also as a schoolgirl.
Okay.
Apart from the ideas of breaking taboos and how difficult it is to talk about something as biological as menstruation and periods in school and in school
No. I,
teams for
I
that
know.
matter, there's one more gap that I noticed. We've been using products that have been handed over to us by our mothers or
Right.
elder sisters. I
Yeah.
started menstruating at the age of 13 and I was
Mm-hmm.
handed over a pad by my mom, and that
Mm-hmm.
is what I've been using for the past 10 years.
Mm.
And to be very honest, now that I sit in a lot of rooms and have these conversations, I realized that this is something that every other person, every other girl is facing. They have a similar story. But
Yeah.
we've been conditioned to just keep using the kind of products for our intimate health and not question what that there could be a better option.
Right.
That is when the idea of Paki started. So,
Right.
give you a little context that since we know that the skincare and hair care market is booming at a tremendous rate, and we keep questioning about another better product for my skin, another better product for my hair.
Yeah.
But why
Yeah.
are there no questions about what goes to the most sensitive part of your body? Right?
Yeah.
So that is from the product aspect of Paki. So we are building safe bamboo based products, and we've
Mm.
started with bamboo sanitary pads under Paki, and
Right.
that's for the product. And apart from product, we are focusing on, my prime focus is to build strong women led communities where we not just talk about products or resources, but also open conversations where I can sit and talk to those women in safe space, just like I could talk to my elder sister or my
Right.
mom or my friend.
Right.
So that is our idea from the community perspective.
Right. And I also see that you are a cricketer. I've seen a
Yeah,
picture of you.
I used to play cricket, yes.
Nice. You are an all-rounder then. So, I mean, I my question was that, the D2C wave in India was into skincare, or there was protein wave, or there was fiber wave. It is mostly into wellness that is there, but either into fitness or like, skincare. But what is that thought, made you to take that call? Because it says that nobody is into that market, it means there's something wrong in it, or there is a problem in entering into the market. So that gut feeling that this is going to work and there is a problem, what is that point which made you to feel to start working?
See, since you mentioned correctly, FNB may and even in the cosmetic wellness space may, there's a lot of innovation going because we are
Exactly.
looking for products that make us feel good and look good, right? But there was a certain gap that I felt even when we talk about legacy brands in the menstrual hygiene space and even the new ones, right?
Hmm.
So, starting with the idea of giving better products to the women is one thing,
Hmm.
and going back to the roots and thinking why is there no innovation in a way that why are we not educating them to understand that there could be better things for you, just like you
Right.
check ingredients in your skincare and your hair
Right.
care. Why not think about what goes into the most sensitive part of your body, like I said, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is one gap, and the reason that you ask ki, why is there comparatively less innovation going on, yeah, there is still an education gap, is
Okay.
because that is because of a conditioning, b that it is a long term process, it is not going to happen in one day. We
Right.
have to create just one room of 10 women, we have to
Hmm.
create similar 100 rooms of 10 women each, and that multiplies, right?
Right.
So even I'll tell you a personal story that I have not had this conversation with my mom or my elder sister for years since I started menstruating. That if I'm using this pad, which has plastic in it, Why is that so?
mm,
And to make it more simpler for you to understand, if I am getting rashes every month of my
mm.
period cycle, and I am told to believe that sabke sath hota hai, you have
Right,
to make it
right,
work,
right,
it
right.
happens, it's normal. But why is that
Why?
normal?
Yeah,
That struck me after 10 years of 15 years of menstruating. And I think this would have been the thought of multiple people who are working in the space. But why was there no action taken in terms of educating girls and young girls and women ki you can have better products, or you can just look out for it, the same questions you ask for other things that you use. So
right. I
that
think,
is
and you
how.
say that all the women out there are facing the same problem.
Exactly.
Then, I mean, I didn't know this, and I'm really awestruck with this. And how are they, why are they I mean, trying to, get adjusted to it? Why there is no other option, or like, why are they not putting it out?
Yes. So now that you've brought it up, I'll tell you my other co-founders, the men in the team. So when we started having these conversations, so we came up with the idea. I shared a few problems that we've been facing, and they kept asking, "कि अगर ये problem है, then bring me more women who say the same." And the
Mm.
more, because I knew there was a problem. We used to talk among friends. We used to talk in the
Yeah,
family. But as a man, I have to tell them that okay, this is actually a problem. So we started talking more about it, and then we realized that every other person we talked to, they knew that they have been adjusting. So with that story and the idea of now that I'm having a conversation with you, and the conversation that I have with my co-founders as well, so one more thing that comes up with it. So we run a flagship under Pakhi called the Red Talk, where we go to institutions and take
right.
gender inclusive sessions on
Okay.
menstrual hygiene, right?
Mm,
So
mm,
my first experience, one more thing that I would like to add, that ever since my school time, I had started an organization because I wanted to do something in this space ever since. So
okay.
we collected a group of friends and family, used our pocket money to arrange sanitary napkins and do an awareness and distribution drive. So that was my first move. That was the first time I got exposed to the idea of how privileged we are, that at least we are able to have these conversations in our homes. Because if
Right.
I quote the exact words that were life changing for me, it was when I went to a nearby slum where I live
Mm,
in NCR. We knocked on the first door, and the idea was to distribute sanitary napkins, right?
mm,
Which I thought it would be just this easy, that I would collect my friends, go there, talk to them, and give them sanitary napkins, that we've got something for you, and they'd be happy. But
mm,
what stayed with me was when I asked them कि आप periods में क्या use करते हैं. So
mm,
to say in Hindi आप महावारी में क्या use करते हैं.
mm,
So as a 15-year-old, what I expected was kapda, either pad, if not pad then kapda. ठीक है?
mm.
Use the cloth, the idea of using
Yeah,
cloth during
yeah,
menstruation, right?
yeah.
But to my surprise, the mother of two daughters, along with her two daughters, they said kuch nahi, and I was like kuch nahi matlab. So
Mm,
it was just like that. They just stayed in bed. They kept washing their clothes. So I did not know what to say, right? I was a 15-year-old. I did not know how to react. I took some time, read more about it, asked elders, and went to a few people that I trusted, how to take this conversation forward. That was my first interaction that changed my life. And ever since, I have been inclined towards working in this space. And to come back to the idea of having conversations with the other gender, so when we started the Red Talk, I started approaching schools personally. And when we had these conversations with the educators of even the management, the educators or the principal, they
mm,
themselves were very reluctant in including boys in the conversations. Okay,
mm.
so like I said, there are a lot of brands and NGOs and people who are working in the space, which makes us really happy, more than happy, because our work is getting done, divided by so many people, and
Yeah,
also all together by so many people. So that is an amazing feeling. But when
yeah.
you see that people at such higher positions and at management levels and in institutions are reluctant to include boys
Mm,
in these conversations, which is so important, so that is where we need an extra push. And I will be happy to say that even when we approach to 50 schools and we are able to convert 10 schools into
mm.
agreeing that we would do a gender inclusive session from grade 5 and above.
Right.
So that is also something we're doing. So the small changes begin from grassroots levels and from early schooling, because they'll grow up and they'll be at a stage that they pay their own bills, right? So
Yeah,
they will be aware that we have to make informed choices.
right.
So that is something that we're doing.
Do you really think that still exists? Or, I mean, you said it was in your school days when you have approached them. Do you think that is still existing?
The gap.
Yeah,
Definitely, definitely. We are privileged enough to sit in our AC rooms and our boardrooms meetings when we're
yeah,
building products and creating a D2C brand and
yeah.
everything. But there are still people, and not just in rural India,
Hmm,
even जहाँ आप privileged places and environments में अपने locality में बैठे हो, उससे 5 किलोमीटर दूर ही एक slum होगा जहाँ पे there would be a similar situation, and we need more people to put work into it and understand that it is not just a one place problem. It is happening all over the country and in
right.
different spaces. It's just that we are not aware or we are not taking action. That is it.
Is it an economical hit, or is it economy which is not letting them to, take the step of buying a pad, or was it like they're not used to it?
Yes, I'll tell you. See, economy is one, and the other aspect of it is again education and awareness. So, the family that
Hmm,
we're talking about, for example, there
hmm,
still, see, we made a difference for one family, right?
hmm,
There would be 100 more, and
hmm,
if I am able to tap 15 more out of those, there
hmm,
are still families jahan par there was no person who has reached out to them and told their girl child or the mother themselves that this is something that you have to be aware about, and you this is something that, so I'll give you an example.
yeah,
So when we went out to have conversations as a part of our participatory research, qualitative research, so we sit and talk to women just like their daughters or their elder
yeah,
sisters would do.
yeah.
So we get to know कि उनके लिए uh, menstrual health
Hmm,
is not important. It is
hmm,
like, I'll tell you the exact words also.
yeah, yeah.
Like, it's just that the girl has started menstruating, she can give birth to babies. That is it. That is it. That is where their understanding stops. And that is the change we want to bring. Yes, economy is another issue because you have to spend to buy a pad, but there are a few places where um, affordable pads, affordable menstrual hygiene, all of these things are taking place. But you would only go to a pharmacy and ask for that pad, which is affordable and is available only when you are aware.
Hmm.
So that is the major gap that exists.
And I'm in a shock right now. I didn't even know that this really exists in the market. And I mean, what are governments doing for this? I mean, because if it is an economical problem, there are no schemes that governments are doing for this? I mean, it is a very big issue that women go under.
No, it's not like the government is not doing, but what they see, you are aware of the Anganwadi culture,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So Anganwadis have been set up. There are also free products and free services available for their checkups,
Mm-hmm.
and there are also Jan Aushadhi Kendra where they have affordable menstrual care products. There's
Right.
also one more thing, if you've read about it, there was also a Supreme Court ruling where
Mm,
they've asked all the institutions to have free sanitary napkins for the girls in the schools, right? So
okay.
there are things that are happening, but see,
But still
education
there
and
is exist. Yeah,
awareness, yeah, these exist because conversations,
I know.
rules, conversations, and people taking initiatives to hold these conversations.
Right,
That is
right,
where change will actually take place.
right. I'll tell you one use case that I remember a glimpse of it when I was a kid and I was asked to bring a pad for my mom. When I've gone to a medical store and they've given that to me in a wrapped newspaper. I didn't know why is that, because see, when I go to that particular store, when I get something else like a, some chocolate or like something else, it was like open. I used to bring it home, any other thing. But why is this being wrapped? I didn't even know then. But I don't even know why are they doing that. Was it what? It is not something wrong that you can. I mean, I still don't understand that fact. As a girl, what? what is your POV on that?
So, this is conditioning, first thing, that we have been conditioned that way to think about it. So, like you mentioned, the wrapping up of newspaper around a sanitary pad pack. I'll tell you, if you go to a medical store and ask him for a condom, they
Hmm,
might not think about wrapping it in a newspaper, but
exactly.
आप pads मांगोगे तो they'll either suggest you a black polythene. So I'll tell you, this happened with me also. Um, when we were doing our research part for taking the product ahead for packaging and all, so we used to collect a lot of samples, right? And I used to go personally to
Hmm,
see what is there in the market, where's the gap, what is the structure of the packaging, how to make it more, how to innovate it in a way that it is easy for women to carry and everything, all of it.
right.
So when I took the pad, I took it, paid using UPI, and I was just leaving. So he's told me, Madam Ji, black polythene. मैंने बोला क्यों देनी है भैया क्यों I was just trying to have a conversation, and
Hmm,
he did not have an answer to it. He did not sit and explain me कि नहीं उसको ढक के ले जाओ या फिर उसमें पॉलिथीन यूज करो, बट इज लाइक कि नहीं लेनी चाहिए ना, आप वो खरीद रहे हैं. मैंने बोला क्या खरीद रहे हैं,
hmm.
बोलिए, अब वो खरीद रहे हैं. सो these are small things that keep happening, but it always, one person cannot bring a change, but obviously one person can create a chain of people who will eventually create a change.
Is it an Indian issue or do you think it's globally exists?
See, the idea of wrapping up in a newspaper and not holding conversations,
That and also not holding conversations. Yeah, both. Yeah,
and making it a hush hush topic, if we talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Whispering about it and
yeah, yeah,
hush conversations, not talking to your father about it.
yeah,
So in India, predominantly, because I hope you are aware of the idea of not letting women go inside temples
yeah, yeah,
while they are menstruating.
yeah.
So these are a few things that is experienced in India,
Hmm,
from urban households to rural households, from grassroots to the upper levels of the chain. But I would specifically talk of India because we are constantly in conversations and trying to bring a change around it. This is also experienced globally, but the way we have been conditioned for it, it's far different than how it has been globally.
globally.
So and also, since we brought up the idea of going to temples, I would like to talk. So
Hmm,
we had a session in one of the army cantonment areas for the women of the Jawan wives. So we
okay,
were holding a safe space of around 80 plus women, and we had these
okay,
conversations. And these are mostly done in Hindi,
okay.
uh, in easy languages for them to understand, and also open conversations. So there were a couple of women who stood up and said कि नहीं बस मंदिर नहीं जा सकते और
Hmm,
खाना नहीं बना सकते, किचन में नहीं जा सकते और मंदिर नहीं जा सकते
hmm,
व्हेन जब हमारे पीरियड्स चल रहे हैं. सो आई आस्क्ड व्हाई.
hmm,
सो they said, I mean, I knew the answer. They would say कि हम अशुद्ध हैं या we are not pure during that time of the month. So
hmm,
see, this idea of not going to temples started with the concept of giving women rest when they
hmm.
are on their periods in that time of the
Yeah,
month.
yeah.
एंड उसको इस तरीके से कंडीशन कर दिया गया दैट इवेंचुअली women were made to believe that they're impure and they cannot go. The idea of giving their body rest
Hmm,
was how it started, and how it changed to not letting them go there because they are impure. So this is how things change, and this is how the conditioning happens. And when this story will be heard by my 5-year-old brother, he
hmm,
would think that this is true, and then he would tell to 5 more friends. And then when a female friend of theirs in fifth standard will start menstruating, they would see a red stain and panic and make fun of her. So this is a
hmm.
chain of events that keep happening.
Right. Uh, and coming to the product side, do you think it's an Indian issue or a global issue of not keeping up to the standards? And what is that particular, on the product side that you guys have worked on to make it more better? And talk us about the product because we have talked. I mean, this side of the story is making me a little bit emotional, but let's just talk about the product side more.
I
Yeah.
know, right? So to begin with, I would like to tell you a little about the kind of menstrual health products that we have.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of brands, a lot of legacy brands who have made their mark and captured the market for years, right?
Mm.
And that is what, this is one example to what I start talked about in the beginning, that your moms hand over the products that you are supposed to use when you start menstruating. Okay, so
Yeah.
these products have been there, these brands have been there ever since your mom and your grandmom started menstruating, right?
Mm.
That is one thing. So, second is the new age brands that are coming, and the idea of organic in all spaces, say F&B, cosmetic wellness, and now menstrual health. This is because the consumers are becoming aware, more aware about it. So,
Yeah.
this is quite booming right now. Talking about our product side, there is one product related gap that we saw, is that all the legacy brands and the other products that we have in the market right now, they are quite focused on giving women what they've already been using, right? So
Mm.
our
Mm.
sanitary pads, maximum of the sanitary pads that are available in the market, they have plastic layers in it.
Mm.
So this is what women have been using for a long time.
Okay.
Now, for the past, I would say, decade, people are
Mm.
becoming more aware about what goes inside their body. So there are
Mm.
more organic products coming in.
Okay.
What when we were looking for Pakhi, when we were looking for products, I wanted to see what works better for me, the
Okay.
first thing that we wanted to do. So I we did not think about how will the supply chain work, how will we make it available in the market, what would be the channels that we'll be targeting. The first step was just to see what works for Santushti, right?
Right.
What feels better when I use it. So that is when we cracked the idea of bamboo sanitary napkins.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of cotton based sanitary pads available in the market. We wanted to go with bamboo. We tried and tested it. And bamboo, because it absorbs more, it has more absorption capacity. The structure of the pad that we have has a wider back for better
Okay.
coverage. We also focus on USP of ours, that is the anion strip in the middle of the pad, that is an antibacterial strip
Oh,
that helps fight bacteria and also improves absorption of the pad. So
right.
that is one thing. Now I was thinking about why no one else has thought about it. So why legacy brands like Whisper and
Yeah.
Stay Free
Yeah.
not doing it when we have this available?
Yeah.
So one reason was that they have the supply chain, large manufacturing setups, and the major point was that the effort that goes into educating women that why you need to switch to better. So
Mm.
FNP में भी आपने देखा होगा, there are a lot of better for you categories that are coming up,
Yeah.
right? Which makes the consumer realize that this is better for you, so you switch. But in a category like ours, to teach women to switch for what's better for them, as compared to what they have been conditioned in a way ki it's working for us, it is manageable. So on the product side also, similar to what the community side and the awareness side we're doing, we want women to understand that this is better for you, and you have to know that the kind of incredible decision makers that you are for the other products that you use, you
Yeah.
have to be that side of you when you think of menstrual health and your intimate health.
Right.
So that is what we're doing. So we started with our when we launched, we made it
Tell me your
available.
first customer's review and when did you found
Yes.
that there is a
Yeah.
product market fit?
So it started with community only.
Mm.
So friends, family, friends of friends, we sent out our products. We asked how did they like it, and before putting it out in the market, of course.
Mm. Mm.
So the the moment I felt like okay, we've got it right now after so many to and fro, is when multiple women, told us
Mm.
that now I don't think I can go back to plastic bags.
Mm.
I did not know that I could feel this light and I won't get rashes in those 6 days or 7 days or 5 days of my periods. I
Right.
can get up and move and I don't have to worry about I will get a rash, for example, or
Right.
it feels better from the inside. That is when I realized that okay, I think we are ready. Let's make it available for other people.
Mm.
So these were the kinds of, because rashes is one thing that I see when, like you mentioned, I used to play cricket. So even when we had our 50 over matches, right?
Mm.
You have to, even if I used to play open, I used
Hmm.
to open for the team. So
Hmm.
when you're on your periods and you also have to play, you have to bat the overs, and then you have to come back for fielding. And you are on your periods and you're using a pad that's giving you rashes. That is very uncomfortable. So your brain constantly goes back to, I should not get a stain, or if I get a rash, I cannot take that run. Maybe
Right.
I should score boundaries and not run. So this is something I kept thinking about, and I still think about it, कि this is the problem that we have to solve first, and then we have to think about how to build a business around it.
I want to go a little bit deep into it. I mean, a use case. Is it like itchy when you walk, or is it like itchy when you run? How does that?
Yeah, so if I tell you how it feels, I'll break it down for you. When you are on your periods, so you put on the pad and you are going around for your with your daily activities, just like you do on the
Yeah.
usual days. So the inner thighs get
Hmm.
rashes because of friction that is developed,
Yeah.
because there's sweat when you
Hmm.
move around. There's also blood, and the
Hmm.
product that you have put in has plastic in it, so
Hmm.
it altogether become makes it very uncomfortable to work throughout the day, and you get red rashes that don't go away in a day or two. You have to end your period cycle,
Right.
and that's when you get rid of it.
Right.
So
When
that
you say, yeah, when you say this, the only everyday, experience I felt was my plastic brush. I used to use a plastic brush, but then I've shifted it to a carbon brush right now, or a bamboo based brush. That is what, the difference for me. But the difference that you guys are making is very deep and, very sensitive, is what.
So I would also like to add something. Now, relate your experience to how maybe your girlfriend or your mom or your sister would be facing when they're having issues. You were just talking about a brush, and but when they're moving, even when they're walking on their periods and they're uncomfortable. So
To
yeah,
be
that
really
is
honest, I didn't had this conversation with either my mom, my girlfriend, or like sister till now, till date, and I didn't
maybe
even know
maybe
this.
change begins.
They go
That's how
through
change
this problem.
begins. And
Yeah.
maybe now you go back and talk to them about
Now
it.
I'll go back and send your website to them.
Definitely. Yes.
And who are your competitors, and what are you seeing for the growth of Pakhi in the next, coming years in the industry? Are you targeting the global markets? What is the vision on the product side?
So on the product side, right now we have begun, like I mentioned, begun with bamboo-based sanitary pads,
Hmm.
and the vision is to make Pakhi a one-stop solution for all menstrual and intimate health products,
Hmm.
and also on the product side, and also a safe space, women-led community where we hold conversations. So with that, I would also like to tell you that when we were planning our go-to-market strategy, we did not think about directly focusing on advertising or directly putting our products out there and running ads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to start with community first, right? So in the long run, also, right now we are a very small community. Eventually, we build the network. We cover pan India. We go to different places, hold these safe spaces, and the channels predominantly are, for example, women-only workshops, or
Hmm.
there are. We do activities over the weekend. Maybe we go for a fun run, and then
Yeah.
we curate these sessions in a way that it's all women. We
Hmm.
do an activity together, we sit, hold conversations, and that's how they discover Pakhi, rather
Right.
than going the other way around and they come across the product first and then they figure it out whether I should trust it or not. So
Right.
from
Right.
trust to
Right.
product to expansion of products, that's how we're doing it right now.
Right.
And what else were you asking? Yes, the competitors. So
Yeah.
like I mentioned, the market. So I'll tell you a small story also. When we started
Hmm.
with the idea of Pakhi and building a product in the menstrual health space, there were a lot of questions that came up with, the market is already saturated and
Hmm.
we already have so many products. Why a new one? Why do
Right.
you want to enter a market that is already captured by legacy brands?
Right.
So that is where we come in. So I would say our competitors are not the legacy brands that have made a mark in the market, because what we're doing is completely different.
Right.
So some other brands that are doing really well and also direct competitors, I would say Nua, if
Mm-hmm.
you're aware, They are working again on cotton sanitary napkins. We have
Okay.
started with bamboo and we'll be working around the way with it. There are a couple more. There's P Safe.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah,
started with
ACF,
their
I know.
hero
Yeah.
product, which was a toilet spray,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then but our hero product is again a sanitary pad, and then we make our way around it. So these are some of those,
Right.
and we have Plush as well. They are also working with cotton sanitary napkins and also the conventional ones.
Nice.
So yes.
Nice. Uh, I mean, you're going to a case of, giving the awareness of using a pad and converting them as a customer, or are you trying to, give them awareness of what are they exactly using and convert them to your product? Is it like the first place you're going or the second case
So
you're
I
handling?
would confidently say it's the latter.
Hmm?
We want to. I know it will take a little more time, and I knew it the moment we decided that we wanted to do it this way. But any which way, we want to create a sustainable ecosystem where it is not a one-time try product. Yes, it's great. It's good for my body. I felt good, and then I went back to the conventional ones because I have been conditioned and I have adapted to it. No,
Understood.
we want to go the other way, the latter that you mentioned. They
Right.
have to be aware because that is how change will actually come.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will just be another gimmicky thing on the
Hmm.
internet
Hmm. Hmm.
where you just give them the product, and that is
Yeah.
not what we wanting to do.
Understood. Understood. And I think, you are an IIT graduate, if I'm not wrong.
No, I'm not.
No, okay. I mean, I've seen a picture of IIT Kanpur, so I thought you have.
I went there. I went there for a competition, or
Okay, okay, nice. So, if you take us through your background, is this your first, startup, and what were you doing before this? And if you're, if you have to give an advice to someone who wants to get into these two space or
Hmm.
a wellness space, or as an entrepreneur, what
Hmm.
is your advice to them?
So if I take you back to what I have been into, and that is exactly how Pakhi came into being. It's all personal experiences and also trying my hands on a lot of things. So I start my major turning point, like I mentioned, was when I started working in the menstrual hygiene space, and the best part is that it came to me very naturally when
Hmm.
I had an organization of my own, a non-profit organization,
Mm-hmm.
where it was mostly student led, where
Hmm.
we collected and made a lot of school students join us to work in the
Right.
space. It was called Zaria back then.
Mm-hmm.
That is where it started. I moved to college. I have studied from Daulatram College, University of Delhi, where I was involved in a lot of things apart from the creative aspects, working with the National Service Scheme and then working with the entrepreneurship cell to see. So the Pakhi already started taking shape when I was still in college, and eventually right after it we started executing it. And my experience as an athlete also, because see, if you think about it, then the category we are working in,
Hmm.
the toughest of routines that women have are women athletes. If I talk about it physically,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
They have a rigorous physical routines. They are training. They are going back on their
I've
grounds and
seen
all.
a recent video of Smriti Mandana, she runs
Talking
in the
about
middle of
yes, yes.
the match and wears a pad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she had to talk to the umpire. And then
yeah,
there was also Jemima Rodriguez also did talk about periods and her experiences with
yeah,
playing, representing India while being on her periods.
yeah,
So that is when I realized that if we are able to create a product, and if we're able to create an ecosystem where we have cracked how we can make it easy and comfortable for women athletes, we are able to solve it for the women in the world.
right.
That was my approach. And what else did you ask? Yes. So the one thing that I would like to speak, especially for women who are building from scratch, is that have a strong vision and know that you are adding value. Because like I mentioned, if I had decided to go the other way around, and even if I decide to pivot today and go the other way around, that I give people my product, use it, and rather than creating a sustainable ecosystem, it would be another gimmicky thing on the internet right now.
Yeah,
Because I have noticed everyone is building in public, and most of the times it is looking very glorifying from the outside, but it's
yeah,
actually not. and there's a lot of thing that happens at the back end of it. And at
Exactly.
the end
Yeah.
of the day, when you have to remind yourself that you're going the right way, you have to build value, and you have to have a strong vision to build. That is it from my end.
Yeah, I think uh, what you said actually makes sense. It's not just a 6 months or a 12 months. You create videos about it and post it and, get followers, and then there is no product, then there's no value out of it. It's a big struggle that you're going to face in the market.
Yeah. And
But
even,
yeah,
yes,
tell me, continue, continue.
I personally face this because, see, when you're building, you go online, you see people who are also building in public, and you
Mm,
try to get motivation. So you'll get motivation online one day, and the other day when you feel like the other person has, just a small example, the other person has posted 10 reels about cracking this, cracking that, and all of it, but you don't know the backstory, right? You don't know
mm,
how something as simple as delayed shipment that couldn't reach on time stresses you out and you can't sleep at night. So
yeah,
I think people who are this is for you as well, people like you, people like me, other people who are building and sharing their stories online, we need to be a little more vulnerable online also, because young girls, young people who are trying to build it from scratch, they have to know the right story.
exactly. It's not, I agree with that. I agree with that. You have to, I mean, I always keep it very natural. This is my
Yeah,
fifth year of being an entrepreneur, and I am still hustling every day as I started in the first day. And the first day when I started I thought by 3 years I'll be a millionaire. It didn't happen. After that, I thought in on fifth year maybe I would be a millionaire. It didn't happen. So it is what it is. It is not easy. I be vocal about it. I be very vocal about it, and I don't agree with short term gains or like short term successes. We see, okay, it's okay. They have cracked. Maybe they had something which is going right, but it is not at all possible in all of our cases. It
exactly.
takes
And
10 years of time. I would be very
exactly.
clear on it.
And when the vision is so big, when you really want to bring about a change in
Impact.
people's lives, impact, create impact, so it is a long run game, and
For
that's
me,
why we built
impact
it.
is, saving business owners not losing their ad budget. That is my impact on, you know, as an entrepreneur right now, which I'm building. For you,
Okay.
an impact on the, society, on women, taking care of the health. That is a different impact. So
Yeah,
there should be a story that why are you doing this?
exactly.
You can't be like it's only for money. I was there for money in the first year. It didn't happen. 3 years I wasted going behind money. So I see a lot of people say that money follows, but impact is the first thing that you have to make in the society or like in whatever you're doing.
Exactly. I would like to know a little more about.
Yeah.
Uh,
So basically, when as a D2C brand owner, you run ads on Meta, Google, or in the US markets, you run it on TikTok. When there are hundreds of ad sets and hundred of creatives, and you're spending more than, I would say, this problem arises when you're spending more than $3,000 a month, which is close to 3 lakh rupees, more and above. So the tracking of your ad systems crack. You cannot manage them every day. So
okay.
whenever you delegate it to a marketeer or you yourself, when you set up an ad campaign, you come back to it after the fifth or the sixth day and check it what's going on, right? By that time, the crack on the algorithm happened and you lost money of all the days, which few ads don't run well and few ads do well. So this ads which are not running well are costing you money every day. So we are building an agentic AI where it detects those and either notifies you or it goes itself and fixes it. So
Okay.
it's an action taker. Either it can be a creative issue or it can be an analytical issue. It shows you the issue and asks you, hey, you have to go fix it. And it gets I mean, if when you get a mail or like a message, something is wrong, you'll go fix it and you'll not lose money. And your return on ad spend optimizes a lot. So that's what we do.
Okay. Great.
Yes,
Great.
yes. It's
So
basically
it tells you where you're lacking and also fixes it for you, right?
exactly, exactly. So and it has an MCP. You can also connect your video generation AI model or like a static generation AI model, because it knows who is your target audience and what are you building. You can connect the MCP and create campaigns and creatives or videos or uh, out of it, and you can run the campaigns on Meta, Google, and TikTok.
Okay, okay. And is it out in public for
Currently, it's in beta version. We are just onboarding few brands and making it more better. We'll be out in public in like 3 to 4 weeks
okay,
soon.
why not Pakhi is onboarded with you and let's see how it
But
goes for
are
us.
you running ads?
We are trying our hands on it. Not
Right.
so, like you've been working in the space, so I would also like to ask you,
Yeah.
for a brand like us, when my initial vision behind running performance ads or doing performance
Yeah.
marketing was that when I run ads or whenever I get into full-fledged performance marketing, I want to amplify what I've already, the way I've already reached out to a community,
Hmm.
rather than starting with it, burning money,
Right.
and making sure my product reaches the consumer. So,
Right.
what would be your
I'll tell you the way. See, as a brand, if you're starting, you should never start with paid ads. You should build a community. You should build an organic audience for your product. It should reach to your customers organically first.
okay?
Then you have to spend on ads. If you run ads in the first place, nobody is going to buy your product. That is
Correct.
what the new Andromeda update of Meta also does. If your videos are getting organic reach, then it will help you to reach your target audience, right? So, firstly, you have to build that community, you have to build that organic content in your page, then you optimize it. That's
So
how
you
it
solve
goes.
the awareness funnel organically, then
Yeah,
eventually you reach at a point where
yeah.
your
We
consumers
reach
are.
at a point where you have done your organic stuff, then you are expanding, then you have number of ad creatives, number of campaigns running, then we optimize the numbers there. It's more of a numbers game.
Got it, got it.
So yeah, and we can also help you to set up campaigns, not an issue.
Definitely, I'm texting you right after the discussion.
Done, done. I mean, I think you have to catch up another call. I mean, it dragged us down.
Okay.
I mean, no, you said you have to catch a call at
Acha, I
2:30.
have to. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. I have to. 45
yeah,
minutes. 45.
you
Yes.
forgot.
Okay.
I mean, whatever you're doing, you're doing an impact solution for the society, and I really appreciate it out of my heart, Santushti, and all the best for you. And we'll stay in touch.
Thank you. Yes, definitely. And I'm really glad we could have this conversation. And
Yeah.
also, it would be a win for me if you go back and talk to your female counterparts,
No,
have
no,
a
I'll share
conversation.
everyone. I'll share this. I'll edit this. I'll share even my ex-girlfriends also. Don't worry.
Done, done. Thank you so much.
Then,
Thank you.
see you.
All
Bye.
right.
Have a great
Bye.
day.
Thank
Hey guys, if you're staying till the end of this video, I hope you guys are getting value out of these conversations I have with founders. And if you really think that this is valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to your fellow, friends and founders who wants to hear more of these stories. And thank you for the support and see you in the next one. Take care.